So you play D&D too?
I do. I'm a DM.
You're a dungeon, which is a dungeon master?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, crazy! Okay, here we go. Okay. Welcome to the very first episode of Wavy News Podcast. I'm your host,
Hey.
Hi! My name is M the Myth, and this is the start of something special. Wavy's News is here. We are here to uplift voices shaping culture from the ground up, artists, dreamers, world builders who are redefining what creativity means today. And to kick off our very first episode, we're sitting down with someone who embodies everything wavy, what the Wavy stand for: inclusivity, imagination, and raw talent. They are a dungeon master, recording artist, storyteller, and all-around creative powerhouse, Joe Lee.
Oh my God.
JoJo is a 2-time Wavy Award nominee for songwriting and production on their song Habit Forming, and they're now launching... 3 times! Oh my God! Just jump in. The next chapter, the Size Queen EP, a project that celebrates queer joy, healing, and the power of play. Joe, we're honored to have you here for the debut.
I'm honored to be here. Oh my gosh. This is so cool.
So I want to start off by listening, give the audience a taste. Let's hook them in.
Yeah, let's get him.
Do you mind if we listen to Habit Forming?
Can't put you down. It spins around. And I can't go back now. You were not meant to be. I should have paid the one in for what you give to me. We were not meant to be. I should have paid the one in for what you give to me. You back into my life. You make it rough and I don't mind. I'm losing sleep because you keep me going well into the night. All of my misbehaving, it sets my blood to blazing. When you're not here, I just can't help but get a crazy craving. I don't like to admit, I don't know how to quit, and nothing helps. It's like I wear you on my skin. Can't put you down.
You.
It is such an amazing song.
Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun writing that. That actually started as like a challenge a few years ago. Like in January, like a bunch of producers will participate in something called Jamuary, and it's supposed to be like just the idea of just like jamming for a consistent amount of time every day. But because I overcomplicate everything, I took it a step further, and I'm like, can I complete like a minute and a half long like instrumental? And this particular one, I just really fell in love with what was happening. And it's actually inspired by the warning label on my ADHD medication.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
And I was just like, well, what if this is a song about, can I use frisky language on here? Is that allowed?
Absolutely. Fuck yes. Okay. Please.
Thank you. So like, what if this is a song about being dickmatized? And it just kind of all just sort of like pooled together out of that. And I just had a whole lot of fun doing it. And that's kind of just where I am with my music generally lately. I want to have fun while I'm creating it. I want to have things that make me laugh, or just like a little tongue-in-cheek. I love double entendre, so that's everything I'm leaning into nowadays.
I mean, it's such a delicious song. It's nasty, but it's also I was like, you could dickmatize, you can get nastier than that, JoJo. Like, come on. But it's such a beautiful production.
Thank you.
And the mix in your voice, everything about it is it's just top notch. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So the next project coming up. Oh, well, we should talk about, and I mean, I still have questions about habit forming.
For sure.
Like for me, the graphic as well is so, you see the dick prints.
Yes.
And
that got me flagged by Instagram with a takedown notice. And I was like, you're literally the only ones who have a problem with it. Like, it's up on all the other streaming services and it's fine. And I sent them a response back being like, I don't know why you're taking this down. It is someone in their underwear standing over somebody's chest. Mm-hmm. And like, you can barely tell that it's that. But
it is hard because it feels it is hard. It is very hard to tell. But it's sort of, to me, it looks like a mountain and like the moon, and then there's so much visual metaphor, and like it's beautiful, it's horny, and it's just so well done. And did you create? So was that your vision?
Yeah.
Did you create that? Wow.
Yeah. So I have a lot of skills. I mean, a lot of folks who have ADHD are just people who have a lot of skills. And I don't know if I want to call it from a place of lack, but when I'm really interested in something, I will dive in head first to learn everything I can about it. So as a music producer, I'm self-taught, and I went to a trade school for graphic design, but of course, I taught myself a lot about how to like just take everything a step further. Yeah. And for habit forming, I was like, I don't really know what to do here. And I just started like sketching. And after a while, it was just like, oh, it's like, okay, you're standing here. There's chest here. Oh, what if we made this like disco futurist vibes happening here? And just really falling in love with that particular style. I've always loved collage art, and I've always loved doing it digitally. So I was just like, you know what? I'm like what you were saying, just like having room to play again. Yes. And I let myself have that space. And so much of the work I'm doing lately is about liberating myself from a lot of the messaging I got growing up in a very religious environment, and how much shame that can heap on your head, and just wanting to shake off all of that, but wanting to have a good time while I do it. And that's where my head is at lately.
Can we expect that sort of, I mean, first of all, I want to ask like what that means for the future of your music, but also I just want to respond because it feels so like alchemy to me, and it's so such a beautiful process. And the thing is, like, there's so much programming. I've been thinking about that, and like quote unquote like shadow work, like trauma that I think as like non-binary queers like we experience, and that we're really there's like so many additional layers of life that and processing that happens. And just I want to like say that I appreciate you and your music, because you can really tell that you alchemize that, you make it is fun to listen to, it is fun, it is beautiful to watch. You are beautiful to watch, and it's like that to me is miracle work, because you're taking like trauma and pain and like making this. I mean, like you're bringing joy to me and to your listeners and your fans, and that's something as an artist I'm trying to do, but I'm still navigating, like, because I think we can get, when we're in that process, we can lose the joy, but you can hear the fun in the music. You can hear it, and I just can't wait for more people to know your name, you know.
Same. But no, yeah, it's also part of like when I first encountered the Wavies and just being in that space, and what happens when you're just surrounded by people who get it, you know, and especially other artists who get it. And when you're able to just celebrate each other for just a little while, how freeing that can feel. And, you know, just like watching you and your process and like when you just show up to a red carpet and I'm just like, I wish. And then all of that, you know, all of that vision carries over to how you perform on the stage.
And you will hear the sound, you lose control, and I have your soul.
And like, it's such a great space to be in, because we're all sort of like, we're able to have these conversations eye to eye, and we're not just looking up at these ideals that are being put in front of us by folks who are gatekeeping success, you know. And I feel like for me, I don't think it's a coincidence that, so I also sing with New York City Gay Men's Chorus. And when our new artistic director, John Adorino, came on board, a lot of what he's been telling the chorus is about, for us as queer folks and as trans and non-binary folks, existing is a form of resistance, but like our joy is resistance. And for me, leaning into that and kind of just leaning into how much of a fool I am, it's been so much fun, and helping me heal outside of the space of music. Because I'll go into a space and like, I don't know if you've noticed this, like the first few times I've been around the crowd and I'm just like, I don't know who to talk to. I'm very anxious right now. Oh my God. And like, it just, that first impression is everything. And like my grandmother was a Japanese immigrant, and so everything was about, everything's got to be very, very put together. And so it's very hard for me to sort of like put that all down. But for so many people, my singing and my voice is the first thing that they experience from me. And I'm like, well, let's turn that into something joyful and ridiculous and fun.
I'm sorry to interrupt this dynamic conversation with M the Myth and Jolie for the first ever Wavy Music News podcast, but I want to direct you to our website, thewavies.org, if you are feeling inspired to donate to Jolie's campaign on Flipcause. Jolie is an exceptional Wavy ambassador, as you already know by listening to everything they're saying, and are 14% funded already, and we just started this. The deadline is the end of the year, and we know that you want to donate and help Jolie succeed for their project, The Size Queen. So check it out on thewavies.org. Now back to the conversation.
And there is that beauty too. I mean, like, I see that first impression is like you have such a grace and a beauty as well. Like, in addition to the, which is so nice as a balance to like the fun. It's all mixed together. And your hapa, You're like, me too.
No, yeah, I am Black, Japanese, and Puerto Rican.
Oh my God.
I am a mixture.
You beautiful mixed race queen.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you.
Likewise. In this space.
Yes, period. Oh my God, Hoppasis.
Yes.
Okay, so, and you mentioned, like, did you say that you had a sort of a religious upbringing? Because
Yeah.
I think in some of the messaging, you've said that you come from a gospel background. Is that
Yes.
true? Okay.
Yes.
And that, I feel like we can hear it in your, like, voice, but it's also, like, sort of, can you tell us more about it and what to expect maybe on the Size Queen projects?
Oh, absolutely, because it's really gonna come to the front with that.
Okay.
One of the songs that's gonna be on the EP is the song that I performed 2 ceremonies ago. The song "Everything." And the one thing I wanted to do was have singers with me to perform that live. And so I grew up in a very famous church, and I don't want to give them free press. So,
period.
But just very famous choir, and like I would be lying if I said that growing up around that kind of music and that kind of musical excellence doesn't influence me as a musician now. Yeah. But I love harmonies. I've always loved harmonies. I love complex harmonies, and like you can hear that all through the songs that I have out so far. And I love using harmonies to help tell the story, but also just make things more grand, you know? There's just to this day, I'm still singing in a chorus. I'm singing in an a cappella group, Tonewall, and there's just something so unique about when voices share the same space as opposed to instruments, that when there's like tension and release between voices, it just hits so much harder than in an orchestra. And I love adding that, but I also love, and I learned this from Our Lady J, who she's one of the writers of Pose, and she used to be the accompanist for New York City Gay Men's Chorus, but also for YPC, Youth Pride Chorus, and I spent time there too. And so I had an opportunity to sing with her at Joe's Pub, and she was doing these shows that she calls the Gospel of Dolly because she loves Dolly Parton. And so we're at Joe's Pub, and at that time the singers, we were all out in the audience, and we were all mic'd up out there. And so I'm looking up, watching her do her thing, and she specifically calls what she does gospel for the godless. And when I tell you, that hit home so hard for me, because like she's like making a punk art form out of gospel. And so a lot of that continues to influence how I want to bring my own music to life, because I can bring the love of the voice and of harmonies together in a way that uplifts people who are like, to this, like, it's more obvious than ever, who are being pushed out and ostracized and put down by a religious culture that is meant to uplift and is meant to look out for people who are other. Yes. And there's something so rewarding and powerful about taking songs I'm writing that are about sex and queerness and identity and turning it on its ear and taking that back for myself, and how joyous and exuberant that sound can be, and inviting other people into that, you know?
And it is so accessible. Like, I feel that your sound is, I mean, I hate to use that word, but it feels like...
I'll take it.
I was listening to Las Culturistas.
I have to do that too to say it correctly.
They're so good. And Gaga, to this one episode, she was talking about Shallow as this song that connected her with people that might not relate to the earlier Gaga.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've been thinking about is just your music feels good. That joy feels good.
Thank you.
And it's accessible in that way. And I believe that your sound and your voice and your message will change the way people perceive us as a community, will change their hearts. Or if not, they will have a conversation that they couldn't have before. But something will shift, some vibrational energy that you're putting out. I mean, this is made manifest. This is all true. And sorry, I'm like so woo-woo. Oh my God. I love the way you talked about harmony as well. And the difference between harmony in instruments and voice and that human resonance and that connection. It's so grounded. And again, I feel like what a beautiful way of approaching music. It feels to me that you're building a bridge for us and the world, for a greater peace. And the fact that you come from this sort of religious... That's the bell, everybody.
Oh,
you
dear.
You know what time it is in the podcast
What time
for the bell.
is it?
We do a... No, I'm just kidding. I know we should do something. It's like a random...
I was like, I'm ready. What are we doing?
Well, we could do something. I know what we can do. How about whoever donates to Jolie's campaign and then DMs the Wavies that you heard the school bell in the podcast, we will do a whole artist feature on you on Wavy Music News. So do it now.
It does feel like, I think some of the critique, it's okay to go here, that is like that people are like, they're scared of like these taboo things that we as a community just embody, and it's our lives, and there's so much shame, and that totally comes from that, you know, sort of patriarchal Christian, what's it called?
Puritanical. Yeah.
Ideology, and that it's still something that I mean, I hear it in my brain sometimes,
all the
and
time.
it's
Yeah.
and then this is like a side kiki, but just very quickly, I'm like sort of seeing somebody, and there's this part of me that's like, oh, good for you, you're now monogamous, or something, like you're now checking this box. So there's like this inner conflict and dialogue, and it just fucks everything up, because now it's like, in some degree, no, but this is sort of like what I want now, but maybe it's also open to change, and there's fluidity with my gender identity, and so but there's this extra sort of resistance in my thinking that isn't necessary. But I'll say that it's a sort of a gift, and we're losing the thread. We're getting back to you. But I this process,
It'll all come back. All come back.
We all I need to do is put on Jolie's music, and then I'm alchemized. That's it. Feel love. But it's like I don't have to do that out. That's like the beauty of the music, is that it sort of like will take, you know, the resistance. It'll allow me to focus. It will allow me to hear the joy. You've done it for us, and it will allow me to have more peace. That's period.
Thank you.
You,
Wow.
it's healing. You bottled it, and like, queen.
That that is wow. That's the best compliment I could ever ask for from anybody. Um, because I think about a lot of folks and just like the belief that music can change the world, and I wonder if that's sometimes asking music itself to do too much. And when you're trying to do it independently, and you keep watching all the videos that talk to you about who's your target demographic, who's this, blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, okay, first what I'm gonna do is figure out who I'm not talking to, because if at the end of the day, if I'm doing a show, I want people, and thanks to this ambassador program, like I already had my appointment with my coach the other day with Laura, and I told her, like, I want to create a space where people who relate to me, who see themselves in me, they can walk through the door and feel safe. And my goal is to create a space where people can embrace their imaginations, period. Right? And if you come through the door and you have a problem with who I am as a person, why are you even in the room? And that, putting it that way, like, that negates a lot of people who are just not going to enjoy what I do just because of things I can't change about myself.
Yeah.
Like you look at Beyonce and how much controversy was caused because she won Country Album of the Year, and everyone is fixated purely on the fact that she's a Black woman, And for me, who is a person of color, who is queer, who is non-binary, who's this, that, and the next thing, people are just going to have an issue with that. So I don't need you in the room. Because you're just gonna fuck up the vibe.
Yeah.
And because what I want to do is have a space where people who resonate with what I'm doing can come and just feel good for a little while, and just feel free for a little while.
Yes.
And that ultimately is what helps people keep moving, and just like, even if it's just for another day, and the number of people who, aside from the music, who have had conversations with me, who have said, I came out as non-binary to this person, or I'm having these conversations, like teachers who have told me that because of the conversations we've had or the things that I've shared, they're able to talk to their students about what they're going through. Or, all of the gunkles out there who have nieces and nephews who are coming out as trans, and now they're able to support them through that because their parents don't exactly get it, and that's ultimately what it comes down to for me personally. I think it's something a lot of artists will find so much power in when you just kind of lean into, what your why is, and you lean into it. And it's like, even if you're writing cheesy pop music or you're writing heavy metal screamo, like if you know what your why is and you stay rooted in that, like, I think that's ultimately what will make the process, especially when you're independent and how much banging your head against the wall is involved to do it. Like, all of that makes it worth it. And even if it's just a handful of people, like, it's all worth it.
Wow. Oh my God.
I just had a whole lot and I need to drink my tea.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm floored. I'm just the rug. I've been, well, I just have to share two things. we don't know if we'll put it in the podcast or not, but like I just had this conversation with a friend yesterday, and she's been doing music for the last like 5 decades. I told her, I was like, I feel like I've lost my messaging, like sort of like I've lost my why, because I spent time thinking about so much like content and metrics really, and how to create art for those metrics. And it's not, to me, it's like also life is a balance, and I went to an extreme of thinking, and then to hear you say, you know, this, and then today I was unfollowing followers that didn't follow me back, and I was like, fuck these people, like, you know. You know, like, seriously, like, get the hell out. Like, you know what I stand for, you know who I am, and this one follow actually does support. It's like a big deal to an independent artist who has spent the last 10 years trying to spread their message. Like, it starts, I think, for a lot of queer artists, it does start from that place of wanting to, like, share our story, with the hopes that more people feel open, more accepting of us, and you know, maybe have some self-realizations about who they are and what their possibilities are. And so just like, thank you, because I was not expecting to. I mean, this is like powerful just to hear your voice, and may the listeners fucking stream and listen and feel that power for themselves, because wow. And if you get a chance to see Jolie perform live, like, go do that and be changed forever. I do have, and I totally forgot that we're especially excited to have Jolie here, because you are in our first cohort for the Wavy Ambassadors program. Which means you're helping shape how we build this movement from the inside, and I'm
so excited about it.
You are carrying that torch, like, beautifully, representing the Wavies, just everything that you say and who you are. Hey, can you tell us about, like, the fund that you're raising and where the money goes and the project?
So the long vision is an EP2 album. And it's titled Size Queen, and the title song is inspired by, like, conversation I feel like anybody who is friends with a queer man has had to have at some point, where it's just like, honey, maybe the reason you're not happy is just because you love a big dick, you know, and you need more of it. And using that conversation to also create a song that's just like, embrace it, be about it. It's part of what makes you yourself, and you know, live your best life, honey, you know. And so I've been test driving the songs for a couple of years in front of audiences. One of them, I've performed 2 of them for the Wavies. One was at a Wavies open mic. The other was at the Wavies itself, was Everything. And Everything is a song, it's just inspired by, you know, just like the ballroom kids that I've been around. Like, I didn't spend a lot of time in ballroom, but I was friends with so many ballroom kids, and just been like, yes, that's everything. You're everything, mama. Just writing a song about, you know, the places that my mind goes when it comes to my mental health. And, like, sometimes you just need to look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? I'm everything. I got this. I'm going to be okay. And also, especially for folks who are non-binary, and, you know, there are days that we get up and we look at ourselves in the mirror, and it's like, you know what, I just gotta survive today. And even if that means I'm gonna, like, the way that I look is gonna end up getting me misgendered left and right, I just gotta get through it today. And then there are days when you're just feeling your pussy and, you know,
Yes.
you just put on the makeup and you're like, you know what? I feel good. And
Yes.
like when I'm at my best, it's like when I'm able to just sort of like ride the line down the middle, because that's where I exist as a non-binary person, and that's not necessarily everyone's experience, and not be defined by one side or the other. So just trying to find ways to have these conversations. Ultimately, like, that's what it's about. It's about having these conversations in a way that just makes people want to dance and to shake their asses, you know.
Period.
And so I'm asking for like a modest budget. I'm fundraising like $5,000, and thanks to like working with the Wavies, like, it's so cool that I can do that, and like it can be a tax deductible donation. Like, that's wild. And I've worked I've done work with the chorus. Like, I used to work for the chorus, so I understand like how major it is for, you know, an independent artist to have access to support from a nonprofit who's just like, okay, let's collaborate together so you can get what you need, and then have that as the budget for what you're working on. And so mostly what I want to put the budget to work for is hiring people.
Period. Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I've learned, being the person who's doing the writing, the recording, the singing, the editing, the mixing, the designing, the releasing, trying to do the promoting, you burn out so fast. And that's why my releases are so sporadic, just for singles, you know? I don't know why it took me so long to come to the realization, as someone who sings in choruses and in an a cappella group. Music is just, it's an art form that works best when it's collaborative. When you have multiple people lending their ears to a project. And so, like, I would love to work with another producer to just help me take the songs from good to like, ooh, this is a moment, you know? And like, I would still love to do the mixing myself, just because I really like tailoring what's happening with the voices, and doing some of the graphic design. And then depending on, hey, if I can do stretch goals, you know, illustration, photography, doing a video. And like, I don't even want to do traditional music videos anymore, because I know that for me, like, performing is a strength of mine. So if I'm going to do a video, I want to do it like, you know, I'm doing like a mini concert.
Period.
And do it that way. And I want to work with, there are so many queer musicians in New York who just don't get an opportunity to work. I want to be able to do that too. Fundraising, it's not just about making this project happen. It's also about finding other ways to uplift the people who are involved in making a record a reality, because you can involve so many people. And it's wild to me how much money doesn't get invested in the arts at the bottom floor, because like the number of jobs we can generate is out of this world.
Period.
It's out of this world.
We can stimulate the economy with the arts. Period.
Hello.
Bring new ideas forth, new energy, excitement, joy. Jolie, if you're listening now, go to Flipcause right now. Go to thewavies.org. Donate what you can. Anything is helpful. Please help this beautiful artist manifest, make that record a reality. We're gonna get to that goal. And this is, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't. But our goal is January 1st, 2026, to get these funds, to get that 5,000 raised. If you can, and you know somebody who has some dollars to spare, reach out. And if you're inspired by this beautiful artist and what they have to say and their music, please donate, and it is, as Jolie said, tax a write-off. Deductible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deductible. I've been having to say that word a long time. Tax deductible.
There's something horny about that word too.
There really is. It's deductible, honey.
I have enjoyed this so much. Thank you so much for being here and being our first guest on the podcast. Is there anything you'd like to say as we end this episode?
Listen, like, I know I've talked a lot about these songs that ain't nobody heard. Depending on where we can get, I'm happy to share the demos that I have so far so people can hear what the songs sound like now and what they will sound like later down the line, and to just get excited. And like, I know for folks who times are hard, okay, I just got my SNAP money because New York State said fuck you to the feds, and so I get it. But I'm terrible at keeping up on the social media. So send me questions, send me ideas, and I can, I'll respond to them. I'll answer them in a little clip. You can help me out that way by just helping me come up with things that I can respond to on social media and help me keep that momentum going. There are so many ways to help me out, and it doesn't necessarily have to be money.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of our first episode and reminding us that art is resistance and joy is power.
Period.
So again, go to our show notes, follow Joe, call me Joe Lee.
Yes.
On Instagram. I'm M the
Joe
Myth.
With no E, because the E makes it transphobic.
Oh, period. Yes. J-O, Joe.
Yes.
I'm M the Myth, and we're just getting started. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
The wave has only just begun.
Yes.
Is your jacuzzi heated? Got all my friends back home for the weekend. Hit the beach in the evening. Local summer